Happy Friday, WCHS.
Today is February 17th, and I'm Kaylee Snotters, and this is Megan Gilbert.
We have a great show for you today, so stick around, and we'll be right back after this.
Even though it snowed on Monday, spring is on its way.
That can mean a couple of things when it comes to extracurricular activities.
Girls track kicked off at the beginning of the week, and tennis, golf, soccer, and boys track will soon be following their lead.
But sports aren't the only thing that are getting close to showtime.
That's right, the spring play is just 1 week away from their first performance.
And the cast and crew of The Bachelor King get ready to break a leg. Michael Tyndall entered left with a special script to give you all a sneak peek.
Bachelor King is basically about a farm boy named Yokel that becomes king when the king dies, and he has to find himself a queen.
The Bachelor King is basically a mix of Survivor, American Idol, and The Bachelor, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
It sure does take a lot to direct a play. Picking the cast members and choosing the props are just some of the challenges these directors have to face.
Well, it's really fun being a director, but it can be stressful at times trying to work it around my job and everything else. But it's pretty fun, and I like the people I like the cast and my director, my co-directors and everything.
This isn't the first time students have directed a play, but with each year comes new challenges and new responsibilities for the directors.
The challenges of being a student director is that not everybody really listens or pays attention or really takes this seriously. So we gotta get people in there. The perks of being a student director is that we get to boss people around, it looks good on applications, and it's a lot of fun.
I think the directors are doing really well. I like that they're really interacting with the cast. They like to give everyone advice and try to help them be the best they can be.
So cast members, break a leg. And students, be sure to come to Premsa High Auditorium on the nights of the 24th and the 25th of February to support your fellow classmates in The Bachelor King. I'm Michael Tyndall, reporting for Wctv.
Wow, it looks like they're going to be a big hit.
Got that right, but there are some people in Webster City who have already made it big.
Our own school even had its say. Webster City High School's Hall of Fame is full of outstanding athletes who have come and gone throughout the years.
Chase Scobie and Cambria Hoffman got to know a few of these big-time people in our small town.
I participated in track and football and wrestling.
I participated in Webster City High School volleyball, basketball, and softball.
Tim Anderson and Amy McCoy were involved in many sports in high school. So what did they do after high school?
After high school, I played basketball at Northwest Missouri State University.
I attended the University of Iowa and played football in college.
They worked hard to do as good as they could and tell us what they did to prepare.
I baled hay, shelled corn, and worked on the farm, as well as did some lifted weights and ran to basically get in shape.
I went to camps in the summer and played those sports in the off-season with my family.
Their hard work was recognized when they got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
When I was inducted into the Hall of Fame, I felt very honored and privileged.
I was honored by being inducted into the Hall of Fame. I'd like to thank, or if you think about it, my coach was Coach Ty and Coach Kennedy and Coach Barnafus, and I believe they're all in the Hall of Fame now, which is great. And I've had the privilege of playing with a bunch of good guys back in high school, so it was a good experience in high school, and I have a lot of fond memories of it. So.
These two are just a sliver of the talent that's graduated from WCHS. This has been Cambria Hoffman
And Chase Scobie,
reporting for WCTV.
It'd be pretty cool to be that well known for something that happened in high school and on to college.
It takes a lot of hard work and determination.
Speaking of, our wrestlers have also been putting in a lot of time to get to the state wrestling meet.
Not just one meet, but two. State duels took place on Wednesday of this week, and they did well for the competition they faced.
The team placed 5th of 8 teams. Individual state wrestling is also taking place this week. Dylan Fielder, Royce Nessa, and Luke Shannon all qualified for this event.
Good luck to you boys today, and we'll be rooting for you in the finals tomorrow.
The past few years, our Webster City Lynx wrestling team has done well. There are a lot of talented boys out, and they have help from a great coaching staff.
The boys are coached by Ted Larson, Chad Hissler, Bill Bertrand, and Joel Kennedy, just to name a few.
Traditions tend to continue with our Lynx athletics. One of the current coaches, Joel Kennedy, was coached by his father a few years back.
Dick Kennedy has recently been inducted into the Webster City Hall of Fame. Rebecca Gertis has the story.
Dick was a huge influence and a positive influence to this community. He taught how to be a good role model. He taught how to have good morals. It's in my goals to try to just do a fraction of what he did. He's done so many things, and it's still in this room, it's still in this school.
On January 26, 2012, Coach Dick Kennedy was inducted into the Webster City High School Athletic Hall of Fame.
Coach Kennedy was a wrestling coach for 27 years, 17 of which he spent as the head coach. He graduated from WCHS in 1973 and went on to the University of Northern Iowa and graduated in 1978 with a degree in education. He then returned home to coach, teach, and start a family.
Dick was very excited to come back to Webster City to teach because we both graduated from Webster City and we love this town and community and the school. He was just a natural-born teacher. He was the type of friend who was there for you in thick and thin. As a husband, he was wonderful, caring, loving, the type of person that every person dreams of to marry. But when they told him that he had a year to live, he looked at the doctors and he said, "We'll see about that." He wasn't afraid to let you know how much you meant to him or how good you have been and how proud he was of you.
Under Coach Kennedy's guidance, the Lynx wrestlers won a pair of North Central Conference championships, 2 district titles, and 4 sectional crowns.
In 1991, his team was the state duels runner-up, and in 1996, his team placed 3rd in the state tournament. 50 of Kennedy's wrestlers qualified for the state tournament, 22 of which reached the medal stand.
Growing up watching my dad coach all those guys down at the state tournament really made me want to work hard and use what he always preached with PMA, positive mental attitude, and put that towards my life and in the wrestling room and out on the streets, so that I could reach that goal of being the person, celebrate with him in the corner at state, just like I'd seen all those guys do before.
Dick was able to fulfill his lifelong dream of coaching his son, along with two of Joel's good friends at the state tournament.
In 2009, Coach Kennedy took his rightful place in the Iowa High School Wrestling Coaches Association Hall of Fame.
The 26th was a day in the making for the last 3 years, and long since overdue.
This has been Rebecca Gertis reporting for Wctv. Congratulations to Coach Kennedy and his family.
Dick Kennedy will always have a special place in the heart of the Webster City community.
His induction was long awaited, but well deserved.
It's time once again for us to close our show for this week. Don't forget to root on the varsity basketball boys on Monday against Humboldt for the first round of districts.
We'll see you next week for another episode of WCTV.